Yo, what up, street gods? Eric Kim. All right, what is permitted? What is unpermitted? So, certain things, one is not allowed to approach others and say, "I am a demigod." It's like it's not allowed. It's like, says who? Says me, right? So one is not allowed to be one's own authority figure. And a thought on my mind is, what happened once society shifted from being a polytheistic one, poly means many, like gods, to a monotheistic one, just one supreme god and ruler, right? And so if you read the Tacitus, the ancient Roman historian on the Jews or on Jewish people, I think it's like book 5. I forget which book. Just Google Eric Kim Chutzpah, CHUTZ, and then I've written a little bit on it, or I've written like why are people so anti-Semitic and anti-Jewish. But essentially, even the ancient Romans saw Jewish people as very quite bizarre that they only worshipped one god, because like in ancient Roman times, ancient Greek times, like there was many gods, right? And you could share your gods, like you could double dip gods, right? Like even the ancient Romans, they essentially borrowed the Greek gods, like, right? Ares turns into Mars, Zeus turns into Jove, or vice versa, I forget which order. And so it was kind of interesting thought that you could share your gods and then multiple gods could exist at once. Yet, alas, in today's world, we are not allowed to create new religions. We're not allowed to create new gods, etc. Even it's funny because, like, you think about like the modern day American who is actually not religious at all. They are actually still held by modern notions of kind of this like Protestant mentality of some sort of like God. It's like, it's so funny because like you think about ethically, right? It's like you got to be a good person, you got to benefit others, society, serve others. Where does this all come from? It comes from Christian morality, Protestant morality to be specific, because the initial inhabitants who came to, America as we know it, were Protestant Quakers, Puritans, etc. So even, things that Benjamin Franklin said, blah blahs, all just essentially Protestant morality made kind of quasi not religious. But alas, the best way that we could advance in life and thinking is to take our traditional modes of thinking, re-challenge it, rewrite the rules, etc. So I think certainly we were all... Okay, so let's take a purely empirical view, right? Let us assume that, we human beings, we are mortal, we're gonna die, and there's no divine creator or whatever's. Then what is we to do with life, right? Then it's kind of an interesting thought, because then we have the power to dictate our own new life goals for ourselves. And that's actually how a lot of people fall into existential dread, is when life no longer seems like it has a greater purpose for me. Life no longer has a greater purpose or meaning. If, nihilism means nihil, means nothing in Latin. Nihilism is like nothing has any meaning. But then the question is like, why do things need to have meaning? For you to do things which are quote unquote meaningful, I wouldn't say meaning, I would actually say care. Like, to do what you care about, talk about what you care about. That's what curation comes from, is cura, courage, cur means heart. So to talk about what you care for is actually, curation, right? Like idea creation, I guess, and then putting out ideas up there that you care for. And nobody could force you to care about something you don't care for, right? And so, simple turbo thought is, in life, if you could live a life in which you only did what you cared for and you didn't do what you didn't care for, how great can your life become?